What's going on everyone, Zainov here with your daily tips, tricks, and news for Battlefield 4. So for today's video, we'll be discussing the upcoming weapon tweaks for Battlefield 4. Now these changes will take place in a future update, so I thought I should let you guys know what DICE has finally decided to change. Keep in mind that these are based on our feedback as a community, and this patch is actually the first of many that will change up the weapon and vehicle balancing. I know that a lot of people were complaining about the portable AA and how overpowered it was, as well as how weak the DMRs are in Battlefield 4. One of the first major changes has to do with the DMRs. Their damage has been increased across all ranges for every DMR. This should make the DMRs a bit more useful now. Now prior to this change, I'm pretty sure it took about 4 to 5 shots to even kill somebody with a DMR. I mean, based on the name Designated Marksman Rifle, you would assume it would be able to kill somebody from a distance with ease. In Battlefield 3, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think every DMR was a 2-shot kill. Judging by the looks of it, DICE felt as though they were too powerful in Battlefield 3, and they nerfed them to hell in Battlefield 4. But anyways, the next change affects the pump-action shotguns such as the Remington 870, Hawk 12 gauge, Spaz 12, and the UTS 15. They have been given an increased accuracy while on the move and aiming, and their accuracy has been doubled according to the article because the weapons don't have any barrels or grips that would increase the accuracy by itself. Now just like with the DMRs, I don't really care for these changes. I'm more of an assault rifle and carbine player anyways. Speaking of carbines, the MTAR-21 will now have a reduced long-range damage. This basically means that it will be harder to kill from a distance now, but this change makes the weapon similar to the other carbine rifles. As for some of the general tweaks, DICE is adjusting the way inaccuracy is handled when transitioning from hipfire to aimed fire. This essentially means that they have fixed the bug where you keep your hipfire accuracy when you aim down your sights. This issue commonly occurred when you would fire your weapon before ADSing. Now this will also make the LMGs a tad bit easier to use and your rounds will not be all over the place when you fire. However, on the downside, support players with LMGs can now panic fire in close quarters with a tad bit more accuracy than before. Let's just hope this doesn't become an epidemic like grenade spam has in the game. But anyways, moving on to the next general change. The heavy barrel's accuracy bonus now applies on the move, but at a reduced bonus when compared to standing still. In Battlefield 4, I tend to stay away from the heavy barrel because it adds a ton of recoil to the weapon, so if you don't use the heavy barrel, I would not worry about this minor tweak. Now the last general change that DICE has made applies to the sniper rifles. So if you like to snipe in Battlefield 4 like Choppy, this change will come as a relief to you. The timing of the ADS animation has been synchronized and you can now fire with full accuracy. You won't have to wait to take a shot now, and I'm fairly confident this will fix the straight pull bolt bug. Now this sort of affects me, and then again it doesn't. I only snipe like 20% of the time I play, but I'm glad I can use the straight pull and not have to worry about the bug that comes with it. Now I regret to inform you that there's still a tiny bit of a delay to achieve full accuracy, but this makes quickscoping not possible in the game. As of right now, those are all of the listed primary weapon tweaks. Let's move on to the new pistol changes. Now the first major change is that the aimed accuracy of the M1911 has been increased. This makes the M1911 a viable choice once you have unlocked the Compact 45. So if you're picking between the two, you can choose accuracy over mag size or vice versa, and the M1911 has more accuracy while the Compact 45 has an advantage with its magazine size. In my opinion, I don't really recommend using the M1911 because the magazine size is so low, and it takes almost every shot in it to kill somebody. Now the next change has increased the close range damage of the M1911, QSZ-92, FN-57, CZ-75, and the Compact 45. This basically makes all pistols able to bypass body armor at close range. The FN-57 and the QSZ have also had their long range damage increased to be able to bypass body armor at all distances. And finally, the CZ-75 had its long range damage increased to give it a more diverse role among the handguns. The next major tweak applies to the 44 Magnum and the M412 Rex's bullet delay. Prior to this change, it would take about a half second for the bullet to leave the chamber after you pulled the trigger. Now, although this simulated the way these weapons work in real life, it made them almost unusable on the battlefield. I'm just glad they finally adjusted this because the Magnum and Rex were my two favorite pistols in Battlefield 3. The next change has to do with the magazine capacity of the QSZ-92. It has been increased to 20 rounds and has also been given a reduced recoil to set it apart from the FN-57. And finally, the last pistol change DICE has decided to make has to do with the Compact 45. They corrected a small issue with this weapon's accuracy when you were crouched or prone, it was accidentally less accurate than intended. Well, that's about it for today's video. If you have any questions about these weapon tweaks, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. If you're new to my channel and want to stay up to date with future patches, then make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching everyone, but until next time, this is Zainov, and I'll see you in the next video.